Howdy everyone, hope you're all doing well. Something a wee bit different today. This video is just going to be a mobility and stretching video because I was not feeling it today. I'd spent most of the day in bed, just a wee bit under the weather. So I figured it would be best if I didn't do any sort of intense exercise and just rest and get some mobility stuff in. So we're starting with the lower body. We're going to work all the way up. All of these exercises are my sort of top picks for a mobility workout really. So starting here, we've just got a simple calf stretch. All these stretches, you ideally want to be doing them for about 30 seconds, and I would do this entire workout through twice. So I did it twice. So we're starting with, we went from the calves with that first exercise. Now what we're doing is we're just working on the shin. So as you can see there, I'm slightly picking up my knee, just to increase the stretch and sort of customize it, and these are different angles you can see, and I'm just pointing to where I can feel and where I'm trying to stretch, where I'm trying to mobilize. Now here we're working on quads. So as you can see, I just elevated my hips slightly, I pushed my hips up, and what that did was it just straightened me out, and I can feel a nice good stretch there. Here we're onto hamstrings. And as you can see there, my legs are slightly bent, so I don't want the legs completely straight for this one because we're trying to stretch the muscle, and if your legs are completely straight, quite often you'll usually just end up stretching your nerves, sciatic nerve or something like that going down your leg. Okay, into a nice simple one. Everyone sees this one, but so you've got straight forward, you're just going to get the front of the quad, and as you saw, I tilted and then I was able to get more into the top of my hip. Here's another quad one, very good. This one's a little bit more advanced. As you can see, there's a little bit of difference between my sides here, so if you've got the balance for it, you can go hands free, and I wanted to be able to get this foot a little bit higher, so I got both hands on so I can pull it and get more of a stretch. And if you look at my right leg, I'm driving my knee out, and if you've got tight adductors, a lot of the guys out there will, then you'll be able to get an adductor stretch at the same time. Got here, so now we're onto the lower back. So this is one you want to work with very slow, but my leg is straight with this one. As you can see with my left arm, I'm trying to claw myself across my body so that I can get better into my lower back. You will get some hamstring here, and you might get some of that sciatic sort of stretch that I was talking about before. But again, so you do this on both sides. Now this is my sort of favorite adductor stretch. You'll start off just sitting down, and you'll just try to push your knees down to the ground, and as you can see there, I lifted my own body weight up now, and that allows me to put more weight through my adductors and get a better stretch. This is kind of like a sun salutation, so this is a core stretch, and a little tip for this one is you want to take a big breath of air in, because we're trying to stretch the abs obviously. So if you fill your belly essentially with air, then your internals or your organs and things will push out against your core, and you'll be able to get a bit of a better stretch. And here you can go straight from that one into this. So this is going to be a good back stretch. So this is starting into our sort of upper body stretching. I like to take my knees nice and wide. Again, that's for the adductors, which is sort of a focus point for me. So this is kind of like an altered prayer stretch for thoracic spine. So I've talked about that with a lot of you guys already. As you can see here, I start moving my head, just tilting my head up and down as well, and that gets a little bit more mobilization in the thoracic spine and the top of the spine. And if you look closer, you can actually see the gap in my back, and you can see my spine is moving there. So that's a good visualization of what that actually does. What are we on to next? So this was for your chest, so I altered the camera angle. The lighting's a wee bit funny. But I've done this with a lot of you guys, so if you have been working from home there and you've been spending more time at a desk, this is a really, really good one. Open up your chest, because quite often you'll get shorter across the front. And this one here is also a little bit harder, but again, also very good. So just demonstrating what you do with your hands there. You do it both ways, with fingers over top, fingers down the bottom. Keep your chin up. I'm chewing on something there because Taylor actually bought me in a piece of shortbread that she baked right before this. And then you want to take the arms back. Now, when I moved the camera, I didn't realize that my finger had zoomed in, but I've just got the clip. So there I was pointing to the knuckle. You want to have the knuckle, that knuckle that I pointed to, sort of directly impacting the ground, and then you're trying to straighten out your arms and get your wrist to the floor. and this one is for your wrist flexors. Again, if you've been sitting at home or you've been doing a lot of computer work, these will get quite tight. For me, because I spend quite a bit of time on the computer, my right hand, my right side is a lot tighter than my left side, so unfortunately with the recording you couldn't see it, but there was quite a big difference, so that's something that I'm going to work on myself. But yeah, something a wee bit different. This workout is what I would recommend for everybody who's looking to improve their overall mobility. It's got everything in there that the major things. I guess I did leave out glutes, which is something I would have liked to have done, but just slipped my mind, so I might add that in later on. And I only just realised that just now as I'm getting to the end of the recording, but hope you're all doing well. Hopefully we get out of